What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Chinese Skyrim. We played this a few months back, and a huge number in the comments told me that you've been playing this too in anticipation for the Elder Scrolls 6. Now, I got a track record of trying Souls-likes on this channel, and this game is no different. Where Winds Meet is a massive RPG taking place in fantasy China, and today we're taking a look at Hexi, a massive free DLC that's set in a vast, sweeping desert. Before we get started, however, let me take a second to thank Where Winds Meet for sponsoring this video. Without people like them, it would make creating content full-time a real struggle, but I low-key play this with my friends off-stream already. I'm halfway to max level, and my character is pretty stacked as it is. So with that out of the way, let's begin. To start this DLC, you must be level 14 and have done a chunk of the main quest line. In my last video, I progressed a fair amount, so if you're interested in a recap, I'll put a link on screen now. But we need to navigate our way to this mysterious mural in a wall. After interacting with it, we take shelter in a nearby shed, only to find a mysterious trio has appeared behind us. An origami fox, a camel head man, and a veiled woman who will show up again later. She asks if I'd like to join them for a little wager. I've lost hundreds of dollars in real-life casinos, so why not do it again in a video game? However, this wager is for a quest, which, just like real life, I lose and must do what the veiled lady asks.
I need you to finish this painting.
She asks us to finish the wall mural, but we don't know how to paint. She says it's in our dreams and takes our hand, and this happens. This might be one of the most visually stunning intros to a video game DLC I've ever seen. It's 6 minutes long, but you just saw a tiny glimpse of it, and this whole expansion is on that theme. Getting trapped in a painted world, building up something from nothing, and jaw-dropping visual landscapes. However, after we awake from this trance, we're in a desert and try to establish our surroundings. On our path down this mysterious sandscape, we encounter these odd sculptures which crumble as we get close.
Just move forward. Bring them almost there.
I have no idea where we are, but this area looks crazy cool. Up the hill, we find this big-ass vulture, and after beating it with an epic finisher, we build an egg like it's a Lego game, and it forms this golden spirit. It leads us to a hill and begins a sandstorm. In this storm, a shadow of a man is standing, confused on where he is, and we must follow flashes of him throughout this storm. He leads us to the top of this hill where a shipwreck lays with a bunch of signposts on the ground. This can only mean one thing: a boss fight. In this game, you can actually ask for help from other players to take on these challenges, but I'm built different, and by that I mean I actually play this game and my character is kind of juiced, so I take down the boss first try. After slaying the beast, we notice the Shadow Man drumming away at the bow of the ship. We take over for him and get another insane cutscene to kick off this new expansion.
Hong Yu, Master of Celestial Spring Station, reporting back from Great Tongue.
Sir, there's nothing.
There's nothing left. Had I known regret would cling so deep. One scar of pain outgrows 2 scars of grief.
This was simply the introduction. We are now given access to the actual open world. Before we explore more of the open desert lands of Hexy, let me take a second to talk about the next upcoming expansion for Where Winds Meet Kaifeng Imperial Palace. And honestly, the scale of this thing looks kind of insane. This might be the largest city I've ever seen in an RPG. The update is centered around this enormous recreation of the Northern Song Imperial Palace, apparently over 1,000,000 square meters in size, with palace politics, hidden conspiracies, rooftop chases, giant boss fights, and a lot of bizarre side activities to get mixed in. The story setup is that players get mistaken for a master thief and pulled into an investigation surrounding something called the Sealed Treasury, which is rumored to be a hidden imperial vault filled with rare treasures. From there, it spirals into assassins, palace intrigue, and eventually confrontations involving the Emperor himself. Throughout this expansion, you'll find full cinematic chase scenes happening across rooftops using the game's movement system, basically high-speed martial arts parkour. It gives the whole thing a very different energy from most fantasy RPGs. And then there's the complete chaos layered on top of the serious stuff. There's cricket fighting, slapping contests, palace gossip, prison escapes, and even a giant cat boss named the Cat Emperor. They're also adding several new world bosses with this update, including one called the Gilded Lament, which takes you to a poetry realm filled with white silk and arts, and trapped inside is a weeping woman, who will probably kill you a bunch of times. Visually, though, the palace itself is probably the biggest selling point for me. The environments look gorgeous. Huge courtyards, snow-covered rooftops, lantern-lit interiors, giant ceremonial halls. It really seems like they're leaning hard into making it an actual playable area rather than just a backdrop for combat. So, if you've been curious about Where Winds Meet, or you just like the idea of a giant open-world martial arts RPG with exploration-heavy gameplay and a lot of strange side activities, definitely keep this update on your radar. I find this strange disturbance in the sand and absorb this essence of a flying fish or something, which lets me go super fast on these rainbow roads found throughout this level. We make our way to a nearby settlement and explore around a bit. I find a mysterious bowl of water, which I also saw in the introduction cinematic. After interacting with it, an unpainted mural sprawls out in front of me. The veiled lady speaks to me again, reminding me to finish this painting, and marks a quest for us to do. This quest begins in the same place we just were, but at a different point in time. We take on the role of this old homeless dude with a sack on his back and try and discover what's going on. I love the sand physics in this game, by the way. Your player leaves footprints and heavy attacks kick up the sand. It's really cool. The engine they built this game on is gorgeous. We meet with the boss of the town, and I guess our name is Burlap Sack. We gotta help out around here, and I have no idea why they literally got the oldest person I've ever seen it in any video game lugging around boxes, but I feel offended for him. After helping out around town, a caravan departs with the old man in tow. What this quest means, I'm not sure yet, but we're transported back to the open world and continue on. I decide to try my hand in some of the big bosses here at the gate, separating the two provinces of Hexy. The other side of the Hexy province is separated into two parts. Liangzhou, a snowy region filled with paper lanterns and exciting new content to explore, and Quinchuan, a special zone that rotates between all 4 seasons, allowing the player to feel the passage of time on a scale never seen before in this game. But we can't get there until we get past these bosses. I get my ass kicked several times. This is not an easy fight with this skeleton horse thing, but the combat in this game is so damn good, dude. It feels so satisfying to play. After several attempts, I'm finally able to take it down and move forward to this ominous gate of doom. Inside, we find some pretty cool scenery. Time frozen in the middle of a siege on this garrison with a big bad guy in a massive burning boss arena. We're gonna have to come back here later. I'm clearly not strong enough to beat this dude. Yet. So we're back in the open world to see what other cool stuff there is to do in this desert. Oh no. Oh no. One of my favorite things to do in this game are the dungeons. I don't know why, but Where Winds Meet goes absolutely insane on these quest/dungeon hybrid things. As we cross the desert, we come across an oasis. The first time I've seen any greenery or water in the zone, but as we get closer, the mirage slowly dissipates, and we see there was no water at all, rather a little village in near ruin. I explore around a bit here and find a cat all on his own. Cat! Meow. This isn't part of the quest, I just thought he was super cute and wanted to include him. We then interact with this weird crab thing, and this happens. Crab? Oh. Okay. Alright. We wake up somewhere different and very thirsty. We stumble around until we find water, only after drinking it realize we just yoinked this poor woman's water supply, and now she's probably gonna die of thirst. What the hell? What was that? For some reason, though, when talking to her, she ignores us, thinking we're some kind of ghost.
You're real? I thought I was dreaming.
We offer to repay her somehow, to which she tells us about the wells surrounding this village and how all of them have run dry. We find one that has a cave system beneath and descend below. Down here, we uncover the story of a group of miners seeking water. Why do they have a child down here in the mines? This story expands through this dungeon and elaborates on how generations of miners were down here looking for water. Men, women, and children, which are kind of like double miners in this instance, most of which died at some point or another. There's also the occasional battle or two, of course, and also some interesting parkour puzzles too, which took me a few tries to figure out. I'm flying on it. Oh. As we move through this mine, we learn more and more people have died. The children, the old, and now they want to give up.
Sandstorms above, monsters below. The soil is cursed.
However, the leader among them begs them to keep going so that their descendants may have the water that they never did. As we move through this final tunnel, we hear some horrifying screams. Yeah, that doesn't bode well for whatever this is. This is gonna be a boss fight, isn't it? I think we're led to assume here that everyone died in this tunnel due to a cave collapse, but at the end we see a massive chamber and in the middle a tall rock with the calcified remains of two people. We listen to their conversation, and at the very end, water finally drops from the ceiling. Water!
Water.
Water!
It's right next to you.
They did it!
Water.
Did it, Joe. We construct this magic lamp with our Lego powers and get a final cutscene of us leading the spirits of those who died in these caves. We return the magic lamp to the last descendant of this village who is thankful we've restored water back to her home. After this, I decide to take on an overland outpost. These things are a combat-focused challenge where you have to clear out as many hostiles as you can. On our way there, though, we get lost in a sandstorm, which is a really cool weather condition. Only by following the guidance of camel bells. Oh no, that's what I shot off the back of a camel. While we're in here, our movement is slowed, we can't mount, and we also can't use our mini-map or full map. I don't know if I've ever played a game with a mechanic like this, but it's kind of cool. We finally pop out on the other side, and I realize what enemy I'm gonna be up against. Those big-ass buzzards from the very start of the story. Not only are these guys pretty durable, but they also pack a mean punch if you fail to dodge their attacks. Luckily, deeper inside, there's a banner I can activate to summon some warriors to help me out. Oh, I got to summon some companions. Let's go, guys. Come on, boys. Oh, their attacks do like 25% of its health. Mine do like 10. Oh my god, dude, the stealth attacks are crazy. Turns out the best way to go about this is to sneak attack. I'm able to pick off a load of these guys in basically one shot by moving slowly behind them, and after eliminating all 30 of the buzzards, the boss spawns. Knowing the weaknesses of these birds, I sneak behind the boss and do what I gotta do. Okay, that's nice. That's a good chunk. Oh my god, we're stun locking this guy. was, look, I don't want to toot my own horn, but that was a pretty clean fight. Conquered the outpost. Let's go. With the garrison defeated and the dungeon conquered, allow me to take a second to thank Where Winds Meet for sponsoring the video. Where Winds Meet is available on PC, PS5, and mobile and is completely free to play. If you want to check it out or support the channel, use the link down in the description. I've been Frostbreak. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.